Hello, welcome back. It is a nice day. I'm doing the bike again here. Let me readjust it. Your broke friends will keep you broke. I promise you that. You have to leave them alone. You can't even tell them what you're doing. You can't tell them how you want to go make money. You can't tell them basically anything. The more you tell them, the more they're going to try and figure out a way to either try and block you in, stop you, or anything like that. So first thing you need to do, ignore them. Don't tell them what you're doing. Don't tell them how you're going to do it. Don't tell them where you're moving to, when you're moving, where you're moving to, why you're moving. Don't tell them anything. Don't tell them what car you're buying. Don't tell them who you're dating. Honestly, they're not your friends. Friends do not sabotage your success. Friends do not do that. If you have a friend that is trying to sabotage your success, they're trying to get in the way of things, they're lying, they're doing this, that ain't a friend, bro. You gotta let that go and let it go today. Don't let it go tomorrow, let it go right now. And the best way you can do that is just by being you. Once you sit there and say, okay, do you want to be friends with these people for the next 50 years like this? Absolutely not. There is no forgiveness on certain things. There's forgiveness like, oh, I accidentally spilled some coffee, but spreading rumors, lies, this, that, and or sabotaging your brand in some sort of way. No. You gotta let that slide. You gotta let that go. You have to. And that's how success in life works. You're never gonna have a friend that is going to do you wrong. Now, I know, as I move up and as I'm doing more and more and more, I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to, I have no issue with engaging and no issue with, talking to new people, this and that. But I understand the difference of, we can be, homies, the difference between that and, we can be buddy, this and that. We ain't got to be buddy. We don't have to be besties. We can work together, do, a collab, whatever the case is. We don't have to be best friends. That's not how that works. Some people want that. Some people don't. And I think that for me, I know where I'm going in life, and I know what I want to do. I want to do music. I want to do WrestleMania. I want to do stuff like that. That's who I am. I'm high energy. I'm high octane. I like having fun. That's who I am. I love doing that stuff. I don't actually get nervous or anything like that. What happened to me was someone brought a knife, and I said this before. Someone brought a knife to my place of living, and they didn't directly threaten me or anything like that, but they did have a knife on them. And that was a very scary time. It was just holy hell, you have a knife? So for me, I was in the kitchen. There's knives over there for me to protect myself. But it didn't escalate or anything like that. Just calmly, I had the person exit. But for you, if you are going through anything in life and your friend is sabotaging you, they're like, nah, you ain't like that. You can't do this and that. Get away from them. Once you get away from them, you remove the toxicity, the people that don't believe in you, the doubters, the enviers, the haters. You will be so much better. Because the first thing I did, really, I changed my Instagram. I noticed my algorithm was completely different. It was literally, it's so weird because what happens is the algorithmic suppression, which happens when you have an older Instagram, when, certain people just fall off, they just hate you, or just on your account for whatever reason is. Most people just are on social media accounts just to keep up with a person. But once they can't keep up with them anymore, they're kind of, all right, I just have this person's Instagram. When in reality, I'm not going to delete all these people off. And that's called an algorithmic social graph. So what I'm going to be doing is my new one is going to be completely different. It's just going to be me on that thing, building it up. And it is going to most likely blow up again. It always does. My YouTube is going to blow up again. People have to understand that it's okay for you to have a failure here, a failure there, and then get back up and then keep going. You might not succeed in one thing. You might not do X, Y, and Z, but you're going to have success in something. And that's perfectly fine. You might lose it all on this. You might lose it on that. But I know I can do music. I know I can do movies. I know I can keep a crowd entertained. I got the whole world entertained today. So I feel happy because I finally have figured out what I was really thinking about in my head and really what it was. I want to go this way, but I'm trying to take basically 2,000 people with me. And I can't bring 2,000 people here. But I was like, okay, you can do this, you can do that. You can't do that shit, bro. It's impossible. You cannot put your broke friends on. They don't understand business. It's impossible. Like you keep hitting your head self on the head because you're trying to help someone. They don't want help. They just want to know you. They want to remember the good times and the old times, this and that. And that's okay. They can remember those times and remember this and remember that. And that's just what it is. So the problem that we are having here is I really wanted to be able to say, okay, bet. I couldn't really, attribute X, Y, and Z to this. I couldn't attribute X, Y, and Z to that. I couldn't attribute, my success to this person, that person. It's like my success is my success. And I think that there's a difference between like the influencer industry and the entertainment game is what I've noticed is like the influencers think they're entertainers. And some of them are. Some of them are naturally entertainers, just not. Some of them are not, though. Some of them are actually not as influential as I previously thought. I thought they were influential, but they're not really driving the market as much as they were. Markets change. It's actually odd. I think we are in a different era where people are just choosing whoever they like. They don't care. If they like manosphere and this and that and have sex with as many women as you want and do that, they'll choose that. If they don't like that, they don't. I'm player. Player and manosphere is different. And I think that people don't understand player. Player is this. You understand who the woman is before you meet them, typically, and you know if you guys are compatible. That's what player is. You're not putting yourself in a situation that is not going to work out. That's what player pretty much is. You just trying to play the actual game the right way and make sure that you win the game. If you play the game the wrong way, then you lose. So, you don't have to tell the girl what to do. You don't have to tell her to, be this person, do this, do that. No, that should come naturally. If she wants to help you, if she wants to be there for you, if she wants to do whatever. Like for me, some people just want to hold the camera. Some people just want to show up and hang out, literally. Like that's just what they do. It's called magnetism. If people want to be around you and have aura towards you, you can't really stop that. And some people just don't care because that's who they are. So for me, I just sit here and I'm just like, okay, well, this is who I am. This is what I want to do in my life. And I sat there and I was like, well, I don't have to necessarily explain myself. I don't necessarily have to explain, X, Y, and Z. I know I want to do entertainment. That's pretty much what I want to do. I mean, yeah, $1 billion. Yeah, sure, whatever. But I want to do entertainment. That's kind of who I am and what I want to do. And I also want, of course, you want to get paid well. I wasn't actually intending on $1 billion. That's sure, but I do want to be relatable to my peers in the entertainment industry. I want to be able to hang out with some people here and there. I ain't got to be friends with everybody I see. So, that's really where I'm at with that. And I think that, being able to kind of notice these things as I've been working out and doing all this other stuff, I started the brand thing. The YouTube is starting to really work now. I kind of have a flow of when I'm going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. I just realized that there's different personalities on the internet. I've noticed there's different personalities everywhere. Everyone's different. You got to do your brand the way you want. And my brand is the way I like it. I like being able to travel. I like being able to have fun. I want to jump out of a helicopter. I want to jump out of a plane. I want to do stuff like that. That's kind of who I am, basically like Black Tom Cruise. But some people are like, no, don't do this, do that. I'm like, yeah, but my brand doesn't elicit that. My brand doesn't elicit bringing X, Y, and Z and doing all this. It just doesn't. It just is an extra step, and it's a waste of time. I've tried it before, and it normally, I know, maybe one day I'll find someone, but that's not my priority anymore. Last year really was my priority. I wanted to find someone before I took the next step in life. But that's okay. And, you might find someone, you might not, and that's okay. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm one of those people that if I don't find someone, that's okay. If I do find someone, that's okay. But I have learned never, ever, ever, ever tell your friends that may not be in the same financial position as you what you're working on, what you're doing. Don't ever do that. They will try their hardest to sabotage you, lie, manipulate, do anything they can do to try and stop and block you. Even if it doesn't work, then they're like, well, what are you doing now? It's like, I'm not telling you anything. I don't know you like that. I mean, and people grow. Some people really want to know their friends forever, and I'm not in that. I'm going somewhere else in my life, and I don't care anymore. I've tried to maintain friendships that were just not healthy. You cannot maintain friendships that are unhealthy. It will kill you because you're begging this person like, please, bro, like I want to do this, and they're like, no, but what about me? It's like not everyone can, be a primetime actor or whatever the case may be. I love cinema. I love movies. I love being able to be in the entertainment space. I love music. I love being who I am. That's who I am. So I sit here and I'm like, oh, do this, oh, do that. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna just do me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything else. Um, I have sat here and thought about it. And I was like, what am I gonna do for everyone else around me that can help? How can I help them? And you might not be able to help everyone. You might not. It is not your responsibility to sit here and help every single person. Um, so that's really what I wanted to say. Like, you can't bring 10,000 people from a city to Miami. It's just not going to work. You're gonna kill yourself trying to do that because then you're just gonna find out, well, okay, I'm killing myself. I'm not basically seeing any results for myself because I'm spending all this time helping like 10,000 people. Like, hey, put me on, put me on, put me on. Like, I don't know how to put you on. I don't know what you can do. So I believe I can help a person. If I see talent, I believe in putting that person in the right place to succeed and win. I don't believe in withholding someone from success. That's weird. I believe in putting them right there, right where they need to be. So for me, I don't believe in any of that. I believe in just do you. Just do whatever the heck you want to do and go hard in it. And that's what I like to do. I like to do content. I think that like Mr. Beast and the Paul brothers, they're different people, different personas. You might not be able to be that person, but I'm me. I like being me. I like jumping off of things and doing stuff. Like that's just what I like to do. If I wanted to jump off a 10-story building, or a helicopter or something like that, that's what I want to do. I like doing stunts. I like doing things. I like being like Tom Cruise and stuff like that. And I feel like some people are misunderstood on who they are and they want to be someone else so bad to the point that they're going to willing to destroy themselves. I know who I am. So I hope that you know you are. And, I'm not like, I don't, there's some creators I see that like to fight. I'm not about to fight a person. Like, now, babe, of course, yeah, sure. If you want to pay me a whole bunch of money, then yeah, sure, we can do that. But like, just like to fight, like a literal fight, that doesn't even make sense. But, and also I'm pretty, good looking here. So, that's just who I am. And I think that each person is going to attract their own audience and this and that. I think my audience is mostly women, a lot of women actually on Instagram. And then that's going to change, however, though, because of the type of content I'm posting and this and that. It's not going to be all date night and whatever. I had no idea that's what they look like. Someone explained it to me, like, it just looks like you're going on dates every day. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to post that anymore. So I'm just going to post activities I'm doing in the work, swimming, stuff like that. Beach, working out, going to this and that. That's what I'm going to be posting. And I think that'll be a lot more beneficial to me in my life versus like me posting a date night. I don't really need to post a date night anymore. I can post like an activity or something like that. But a date night, that's not going to happen. And then I can also post like, me talking to different people and things of that nature. I'm really excited to kind of bring in a new content era for myself and change things up. I think some people, they want things to stay the same. That's not how time works. It's just kind of like, I think back into wrestling days and stuff like that. John Cena and The Rock and Batista, they went on to do other things. That's kind of how life works. You go on, you go do something else. If you don't want to go do something else, that's up to you. So I want to do something else, and I'm going to do that for myself, my family, myself. I love doing content. I love being myself. I don't know why the person that said that. Like, that's cool. But I was thinking about going to this. You want me to skip steps? Like, dang, that's like, then I skip steps. I might not be able to even meet the people I want to meet. In reality, I just want to meet, have a good time and make money and do this and that. But if the money comes that way, That's fine, but it's not really, that originally wasn't what I wanted to do. But now I'm like sitting here, I'm not going to take away making more money for my family because or reduce myself to success, whatever. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go get this and make money for myself and be a happier person of myself. I'm not going to walk away from success or something like that. I'm going to walk into it, step into who I am. I'm not going to run away from it. That's not what I was doing. Really, I need some time to figure out what I need to do to get out next Wednesday. And as I figured everything out, it starts to unfold. It starts to look better.